Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to your Foodie Friday. I thought today we could talk about sugar or sugar substitutes because I know that a lot of people struggle with knowing exactly what to buy. I was just talking with a friend the other day, wondering which type of stevia to buy. So I wanted to go over a couple of different sweetener choices. We have basically non-nutritive sweeteners, ones with 0 calories and a 0 on the glycemic index, so it doesn't raise your blood sugar. We also have our more natural sweeteners. They're still added sugars, but they're more natural versus table sugar. So I thought I would show you a few of those. To talk about our non-nutritive sweeteners, I'm going to show you the one that I like. This is organic stevia in the raw, and it's important to get the organic one because you have to be careful with any of these. I have a monk fruit here too. Sometimes to bulk these products up because they're very sweet, they'll add fillers, and sometimes those fillers can cause digestive distress. And I'll go over that in a little bit more detail here in a second. But if you get the organic stevia in the raw, it comes in a packet sort of like a Splenda. And when you look on the back, the only thing that's in here is organic stevia and cane sugar. It's mixed with cane sugar to give it that bulk. However, it's such a small amount that the calories are still 0. So this is the one that I like to have in my coffee. Sorry. This is the one I like to have in my coffee in the morning or in tea. I always keep some in my purse because usually no one has it. So this is a good choice if you really want a 0 calorie sweetener. You can also try monk fruit. This one in particular is really hard to find. I got this one from Amazon, but the one I bought right before this, when I flipped it over, I had no idea it's mixed with erythritol. And erythritol is a sugar alcohol that I'll talk about in a minute. So this has 0 calories, and it's also a non-nutritive sweetener, so it's not absorbed into your gut. It doesn't spike your blood sugar. It's a good choice for diabetics. However, it does have a very distinctive aftertaste. It's very bitter, and when you buy it in the pure form like this, the serving size is 1/32 of a teaspoon, so it's actually really hard to measure, and if you do more than that, I promise you it will be too sweet. So it's literally just a pinch. I think I used a pinch of this in a whole batch of cookies recently. So this is a good choice if you want to give it a try. Just a pinch in your coffee. You'll just have to try it and see if you like the taste. But it can be used to try to prevent spikes in your blood sugar, so you can do that. Now, you can also get stevia in like a liquid. But again, see how this says liquid no calorie stevia made with stevia extract, but when you flip it over, and I know you can't see that, I bought this not realizing that it's mixed with erythritol. So just be careful of things like this. You don't want to add erythritol to your diet unless you can help it, in my opinion. So we also have agave in the raw. This one has a lower glycemic index, around 17, so it is lower than sugar or maple sugar or honey. However, it's very high in fructose, and when you consume a lot of fructose, only the liver can metabolize fructose. So that means if you're consuming a lot of it, it can really tax your liver, and it can lead to issues like, I had to write this down, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. So if you think about this, that article where I got that information is really geared more towards people who are consuming high fructose corn syrup. That's roughly 50% fructose. And when people are consuming large portions of that, as a lot of Americans do, it can really do a number on your liver. So I do think that this is a good option, but understand that it's still like a sugar. It will still raise your blood sugar, although slower than table sugar or honey or maple syrup. But it does have fructose. So I would say, use with caution or in moderation. You don't want to be putting it in everything. Also, obviously, honey. This is honey from my mom, and honey's good. The glycemic index is like between 50 and 60, which is roughly half of the maximum, right? It's around the same as table sugar. However, Honey has been known for a long time to help with allergies, especially if you eat it locally. It also has some minerals and nutrients that are good for your body. So I'm not saying eat a tablespoon a day or anything, but if you wanted to try it in your tea, I think it's a good choice. But understand it is still an added sugar, even though it's a natural sugar. Same thing with maple syrup. We love this. We get it from Costco. It's way cheaper than if you buy it at the grocery store. If you can get it at Costco, 100% maple, pure maple syrup, organic. Please, please replace all of your table syrup if you have like Aunt Jemima or whatever they call it now. Use this instead. At least that's a healthier swap that you can do versus the table syrups, which are corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup. So if you're going to have syrup, I would tell you to use this. Again, still very high on glycemic index chart. It's still between 50 and 60, so it's going to impact your blood sugar. We also have coconut sugars. I have an organic brown and then an unrefined like white coconut sugar. I wouldn't call these superfoods. I don't think that's right. There's nothing about these that are really super. They're really not even less processed than table sugar. However, they do have like a caramelly taste, and they're much more expensive than table sugar. So I would say if you like it, by all means use it. It's really good in coffee and tea. It's good in cookies. Sort of tastes more like brown sugar than regular sugar. I prefer this over table sugar, so that's what we have at our house. I couldn't even find table sugar to show you because I don't have any. Joey may have some for his beer, but I don't have it like handy to show you. So this is like the sugar that we use in cookies and cakes and that kind of thing. So this is an option too. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about these sugar alcohols. So Swerve, if you've ever heard of that brand, is primarily erythritol. And these sugar alcohols, they always end in TOL. So erythritol, xylitol, malitol, and sorbitol are the ones that you'll see if you flip over and look at the labels. What I wanted to tell you, I worked with a nutritionist a while back. I just read several articles right before doing this call or this video. If you're prone to digestive distress, if you have IBS, if you are sensitive to FODMAPs, and if you don't know what those are, maybe I can do a video on a FODMAP some other time. I'm sensitive to those. If you are generally GI sensitive, you want to avoid these sugar alcohols altogether because they are going to cause IBS-like symptoms. So gas, bloating, gurgling in your intestines, diarrhea. Those sugar alcohols are bad to do that. And I stopped chewing gum actually because it's really hard to find gum that does not have one of those sugar alcohols in it. So I just wanted to show you all the things. Again, be very careful when you pick up things like this that look healthy. Flip it over, look for those sugar alcohols. And if you are sensitive, do avoid these. Unfortunately, the Lily's chocolate chips that everyone likes also have these sugar alcohols. So maybe a few are fine, but you don't want to bake a whole batch of cookies and eat a lot of them if you're sensitive to digestive distress. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. Two things before I go. I just wanted to give you some sciencey stuff about glucose and fructose. So glucose can be metabolized by every cell in your body. Our body actually even produces glucose when our levels drop. It's vital to life. It's in every molecule, and you'll find it in fruits, vegetables, and inside your muscles. So don't be afraid of actual glucose. Lots of the sugars we eat are going to turn into glucose in our bodies anyway. Fructose is the one that I want you to look up and research on if you're interested. I wrote down fructose can only be metabolized by the liver. So again, if you eat a lot of high fructose corn syrup, you're really taxing your liver. And consuming large quantities can cause insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Guys, that's really significant. If there hasn't been any other reason not to eat high fructose corn syrup, this is the reason right here. It's not worth it. You can find healthier alternatives. I'm going to run these products by your screen one more time so you can see the brands. I don't know. This might have come from Aldi. This probably came from Amazon. This definitely comes in Amazon. I buy it in bulk. It comes in boxes every 3 months. This came from Amazon, and I love it. It's just monk fruit, nothing else. That is literally the brand. This came from Food Line. It's pretty old. We don't use it that much. I don't like the way it tastes. This is from my mom. Let me know if you want some. And this is from Costco. So that is your sugar education for today. If you have any questions, let me know. And next week, I was going to talk about oils. I have all these oils sitting here. So I guess next week I'll talk about oils. Have a good weekend.